Hello, here's Dr. Jane to read another book. And this is one of my favourites. It's called Me, Jane, and it's by a special friend of mine called Patrick McDonnell. He's the one who does the Mutt strips. I bet some of you know the Mutt strips. And it's actually a very special book because he dedicated it to me. So it's very precious. It's about me when I was a little girl and my dreams. Jane had a stuffed toy chimpanzee named Jubilee. And you know, I've still got Jubilee, and I would show him to you, but he's in an exhibition in Washington, D.C., put on by the National Geographic. And I think they're putting that online, so you'll actually be able to see Jubilee in that Becoming Jane, it's called. She cherished Jubilee and took him everywhere she went. And Jane loved to be outside. She watched birds making their nests, spiders spinning their webs, and squirrels chasing one another up and down trees. Jane learned all that she could about the animals and plants she studied in her backyard and read about in books. I read a lot of books. There was no TV when I was growing up all those years ago. I formed a society with 4 of my friends. We called it the Alligator Society, and it was pretty good fun. In the Alligator Club, we learned about animals, we read books about them, we answered questions. I wrote the questions. The others usually didn't bother to answer. We had special names for ourselves. I was Red Admiral, my sister was Trout, and the other 2 girls were Puffin and Ladybird. I still know them. One day, curious Jane wondered where eggs came from. Have you ever wondered where the hole on the hen is, where the egg comes out? So she and Jubilee snuck into Grandma Nut's chicken coop. We were staying there for a holiday, my mother and I. She hid behind some straw, stayed very, very still, and observed the miracle. It was a magical world for Jane, full of joy and wonder. And Jane felt very much a part of it. Jane often climbed into her favourite tree, which she named Beach. And Beach is still outside the window now. He's bigger now and older now, just like me. She would lay her cheek against its trunk and seem to feel the sap flowing beneath the bark. Have you ever tried to do that? It's the blood of the tree, sucks up from the ground. Jane could feel her own heart beating, beating, beating. With the wind in her hair, she read and reread the books about Tarzan of the Apes, in which another girl, also named Jane, lived in the jungles of Africa. Jane dreamed of life in Africa too. A life living with and helping all animals. At night, Jane would tuck Jubilee into bed, say her prayers, and fall asleep. To awake one day to her dream come true. Such a special picture. That's the dream come true. Me and Flo's son, little Flint. So I hope you enjoyed that book. At the back there's some talking about me. And then a message from me, and I'll read you the message. A message from Jane. Each one of us makes a difference. We cannot live through a single day without making an impact on the world around us. And we have a choice. What sort of difference will we make? The life of each one of us matters in the scheme of things, and I encourage everyone, especially young people, to make the world a better place for people, animals, and the environment. And join our program for young people, Roots and Shoots, which is in 65 countries now, young people from kindergarten through university. Children are motivated when they can see the positive results their hard work can have. As I travel, I meet hundreds of Roots and Shoots groups. They're always eager to tell Dr. Jane what they've been doing and how they're making a difference in their communities. Whether they've done something simple like recycling or collecting trash, or something that requires a great deal of effort like restoring a wetland or raising money for street children or a local dog shelter. They are a continual source of inspiration for me and for other children around the world. I invite you to get involved. You won't regret it. Thank you for listening to this very special book. The story of a little girl called Jane who dreamed of helping animals and grew up to help change the world. Help me to change the world. You can. You can. Thank you.